Let's take a look at the 6'11" forward headed to Florida State, out of Spain, Baba Miller. We're going to first look at his three-point shooting, something I think is developing. It's definitely not there yet. You see the one make he had in the 7 games playing in the Adidas Next Gen tournament with the Real Madrid under-18 team. Here you get a better look at the form in general. Really low dip with Miller. He kind of puts it in front of his head or almost the other side of his body and then comes across. So I do think there's some developing and some just foundational stuff with the shot, but a kid who used to be 6'2" and then took this amazing growth spurt, he has perimeter skills. So you're going to see him, the ability to put it on the deck, behind his back, between the legs, and then get that shot off. He just has to be able to translate that into more makes, whether it's with the jumper or even attacking the lane, which again is something he can do. Very comfortable playing on the perimeter. Here, catch and drive, we're going to look at his passing a little bit more, but you see find his teammate in the corner off that one. Here, using a little bit of a ball screen action, able to attack into the lane. I love his ability to play through contact, use his left hand on this one. He just isn't able to finish. We're going to see another one here using the ball screen, gets to the middle of the lane, goes to the 1-foot floater, and again, isn't able to finish. So I just think the finishing package in general, whether it's the shot or around the rim in the lane, is going to have to improve. But you see him go grab a defensive rebound and just go in transition and able to finish above the rim. Obviously something he can do at 6'11". Just very impressive. He's not a big that plays on the perimeter. He is a guard that just happened to have grown into a 6'11" body. You're going to see the passing here. So utilizing the ball screen between the legs. This is a tough pass. One hand off the bounce with his left. Hook pass on the money into the rolling big man. So you can see the skill level. I really like the passing. Here, he's able to backdoor cut, something he does really well, moving off ball, and then immediately gets the pass out of his hands. I think he is a ball mover. Now, turnovers were an issue. He averaged 1.1 assists per game, 2.1 turnovers per game in that Adidas Next Gen tournament. That's according to ProBallers.com. Sometimes he just is a little too quick with his decisions, doesn't see everything that's happening. So this is a development still for him with the passing. Again, the flashes are really good, but he's going to have to improve. Here in transition, he's able to attack. So you're going to see him put it on the deck, and then he's got to recognize this peel switch. So he's got to get better with his finishing, got to get better with the decision making, but the foundational skill level is absolutely there. I mentioned earlier he's a really good off-ball cutter. I thought he was really good going backdoor when he gets denied. You see it there, and then the ability to finish with some finesse at the rim. Just wanted to reiterate, 6'2", has grown into 6'11", so he's still developing some of that stuff, but obviously can be a guy that you throw it up to and finish at the rim with lobs, get out in transition and run. Just a very fluid mover on the perimeter. Now, as you look at the defensive end of the floor, I was very interested to see how he's able to guard on the perimeter. This is against Ryan Rupert, another potential first-round draft pick, and you see his ability to get through a screen. Here, he's going to go over the top. Not perfect, but does a decent job fighting through that. And getting through screens was a major thing I was looking for on and off ball. We'll get to the off ball in just a second. Another really nice rep here is he's able to stay in front, move his feet, and then use his length to contest that mid-range jumper. I think he's probably going to defend 4s, maybe 5s eventually, just to give defensive versatility throughout his career. So you see him here in drop coverage and then able to recover and contest with that length. So I do think he's a guy, because of his ability to move on the perimeter. Actually, I think he has to improve a little bit with his quote-unquote big man defense that's going to be able to provide that versatility. Here he is getting through an off-ball screen, baseline out of bounds, gets back in front, and you can just see his ability to move his feet. He can be disruptive with that length, forcing turnovers, getting deflections. One thing I think he has to improve on, he only averaged 3.4 rebounds per game. I didn't mention it during the offense, but less than a half an offensive rebounded game as well. But defensively, he tends to leak out. I'd like to see him just have a mentality of getting more involved on the defensive boards. And then also, I'm really interested to see what he develops as a weak side rim protector. Less than a block shot a game, which you wouldn't expect from somebody 6'11". But as I watch the film, you see him come across and get this one, but there just wasn't enough of that. I think he's still figuring out the timing and the awareness and kind of playing that role as a shot blocker at 6'11". So look at him overall. I really like the passing with Miller. I think it's still developing, but I think it's something he can be really good at. He's shown it in flashes. The shot still needs to come around, but he definitely has those guard, those wing skills, those perimeter skills that makes him very intriguing. And then defensively, I think he absolutely can provide versatility, being used to guarding on the perimeter, if he can still do that at 6'11", and then also learn how to use that wingspan and his body to be even more disruptive.